the early 1800s, a French philosopher once wrote, "Most people would not recognize Satan if he had him by the throat." Now, if this said commentary on the lack of spiritual knowledge was true nearly 200 years ago, such lack of knowledge has only increased exponentially, simply because the Christian church has not taught its members the reality of spiritual warfare. Today, Satan does have Christians by the throat, and they do not even realize whom it is they're fighting. This unparalleled opportunity for Satan, the fallen angels, and his demonic host to attack true Christians is ironically coming at a time in which the church is doing the worst job preparing its members to fight such unparalleled spiritual battles. In fact, current spiritual training is the worst in all the history since Jesus' resurrection and ascension. We need to return to at least a minimum understanding of spiritual warfare in the heavenlies and on earth that Christians of bygone eras knew and understood from Scripture. Now, in the world of the occult, however, both black magic and white magic occultists believe Lucifer is a good god. Satan is a bad god. They believe that as a person goes through the occult initiations, learning to exercise its immense powers, he or she will one day come to a crossroads where they must choose whether they are going to use the powers of the occult for good or for evil. If a person chooses to use their occult powers for good, they are said to be following the right-hand path, serving Lucifer. However, if that person chooses to use their occult powers for evil, they are said to be following the left-hand path, serving Satan. Followers of the right-hand path call themselves white magic practitioners, and they consider the followers of the evil left-hand path black magic practitioners. Black magic folk, however, just laughed at the naivety of such belief, as they recognized that both sides serve the same dark master, Satan. Of course, biblical doctrine supports this latter belief that both sides serve the same master, Satan. Well, God gives us the account of Lucifer's conspiracy against them in heaven prior to the creation of the earth and its inhabitants. The dictionary defines conspiracy as an agreement made by conspirators to commit a crime or to accomplish a legal purpose through illegal action. A planning together secretly, especially for an unlawful or harmful purpose such as murder or treason. Thus, Lucifer's act against God in the heavenlies, as described in Isaiah 14, perfectly fits this definition of a conspiracy. While the Bible does not elaborate, one can only believe that Lucifer had to have been whispering to the angels his plan to overthrow God sometime before God reacted. Almighty sovereign God, of course, allowed this for the pleasure of his will, the good pleasure of his will. So as we can see, Lucifer's plan perfectly fits the definition of a conspiracy.